There are two types of predators at the top echelon of all systems. When you break them down, those systems can be broken down into different entities, and those entities can have different attributes and sublets attached to it. There is the predator type 1, there is the predator type 2. The predator type 1, everyone knows an evil man when they see one. When a evil man, all scars in their face all bowled up, people know a predator when they see one. Like, what? Don't fuck with them. But this is real life. Everybody across the board, from a binary code to the top echelon of a system, has a fear. They have insecurities. Everyone is afraid of something, irrespective of what people portray. The predator type 1 is subconsciously afraid of the predator type 2. The type 2 predator is another kind of predator. This is a predator that has a past filled with chaos, violence, a lot of aggression. Now, the predator type 2 is very, very self-aware, and they build the rest of their life, the kindness, be the light in the world. They build that system on chaos, the foundation of blood. Now, you would think they are not stable. To some extent, it is a traumatic response to be predator type 2, because you are very, very aware of what you are on a core level. You're very, very aware. Now, that past with the presumed future is well integrated, and only very, very few people know that, wow, that person, don't fuck with them, man. Now, the beauty of them is this: the predator type 2 does not go around looking for trouble. As a matter of fact, though, the predator type 2 goes around trying to help people pick them back up on the track, let them go their way. Because, like I said, it is a traumatic response of not wanting people to experience the chaos they have created before. Not the one they experienced, the one they created. Does that make sense? A very, very good example of a predator type 2 is this Summeral called Kensig Immoral. Kensig is his nickname is Batosai the Manslayer. He kills people for a living. He eventually became the predator type 2. Not looking for your trouble, wants to help people, bring people on track, and help them. But then, everyone at the top echelon feed off of something. The predator type 1 feed off of weaklings. They feed off of weak people and they devour them. You get me? They have to survive one way. The predator type 2 does not feed off of weak people. That's the amazing thing about them. They don't. The predator type 2 feed off of predator type 1. How do you feed off of a predator that is known? Like, everybody fear this predator. How do you feed off of people like this? They can't help themselves. The predator type 1. The predator type 1 cannot help themselves. When the predator or non-predator sees a weak human being, the first thing that crosses their mind is, I have to devour this person. Rather than study that prey, that presumed prey, that this might be a disguise. You get my point? So, usually they will test it by sending a couple of jabs, either verbal, emotional attack. You get me? Trying to test it to see if this can actually fight back. So we know this through teachings from many mentors that self-awareness belongs to one predator, just one. And that is the type 2 predator. The type 2 predator is self-aware of themselves and their surrounding. The predator type 2 is aware of themselves but not their surroundings. which is a weakness in the long run. So, after dropping a couple of jabs, they go on to devour. A very good example of predator type 1 is people with narcissistic personality disorder. Another kind is the alpha man. The alpha man is a predator type 1. The sigma is predator type 2. They're not looking for your trouble. They just want to be fucking left alone. But there is a lot of chaos on the foundation level. The predator type 1, there is a lot of chaos on a surface level. And that is what people see. You see the difference? The type 1 predator has a lot of chaos on a surface level. So when people see that chaos on a surface level, they know not to fuck with them. The type 2 predator has a lot of chaos on a base level, foundation level. So that means they have lived a lot of chaotic life, a lot of violence life, and they passed it. A very good example of a type 2 predator is Emotus. Emotus is the number one Kang the Conqueror. He's an immortal. Every other Kang the Conqueror are mortals. They have system that can make them live long, but they are mortal human beings. When you've lived life to certain levels, there's no way around it. When you have a level of understanding, which is what older people usually accomplish, when they get hold to certain level, it's almost like life will humble you. You have different perspective towards life. Now imagine a young man that attains that level of wisdom. That is a non-predator that wants to help the weak people, bring them back on track, and send them off their way. I said something in a couple of contents ago. I said that every human being feed off of something. The type 1 feed off of weaklings. Type 2 predator feed off of type 1 predator. Because type 1 predator is not aware of their surroundings. They think they are aware. That's the ego, because they have surface level chaos. Does that make sense, my good friends? Walk on your past. Accept your shortcomings. We all make mistakes. No one is perfect. And be better. When you heal yourself to certain level, you can take any attack that comes your way. You get my point? Because majority of the attacks that will come on your way will try to attack your insecurities. Once you have been defeated through your insecurities, it's easy to take you out. But when you make peace with your shortcomings, your chaotic past, your insecurities, it is impossible to destroy you. And that way, you can apply perseverance, resilience, and hold it out. In the exact words of my dad, the war starts when the ammunition of the enemy has been exhausted. That is that's what my dad would say. Why do you think that is? Because the type 1 predator knows only one thing: attack first. First they jab you, and they go for devour. You get me? Now when they try, you don't die. Because you're not going to die. Because you know that word people say that evil doesn't die easily. Because you're still an evil man. You are a predator. But you have it on a base level, on a foundation level. It is not on a surface level. So when people see you, they probably pass it, it's a weak man. And you have nothing to prove. You go about your way. Continue to be well, friends. It's good to be back though. If you listen to this to 9 minutes, I want you to write down the African Men podcast in capital letter words. Shout out to you guys though. It's good to be back. Be well.